Hi, I know it's been a while since I have posted any videos on this channel, but I am going to start a new series on this channel. I'll probably start a couple new things. I haven't really decided yet, but one of the things I have decided to do is to read bits of the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark book. It is collected by Alvin, Schwartz, something like that. Illustrated by Brett Helquist. I'm not really sure how to say their names, but that is who it's by and illustrated by and stuff. And so yeah, I'm going to read you the little, I'll read you the first story and like the little intro to it today. I also wanted to tell you about my new channel I'm doing with my best friend. The link will be in the description below. Our channel is Jessica Squared because both our names are Jessica, so Jessica Squared. But yeah, the link for that will be in the description. We're also doing some book reviews and readings and stuff on there as well. Mostly we've done challenges. We taught you how to play a card game called Castle. We play it differently than most people play it, and people call it Palace. So anyways, that's a little bit about that channel. The link will be in the description. So let's begin. Yeah, it's called Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Strange and scary things. Pioneers used to entertain themselves by telling scary stories. At night, they might gather in somebody's cabin or around a fire and see who could scare the others the most. Some girls and boys in my town do the same thing today. They get together at somebody's house and they turn out the lights and eat popcorn and scare one another half to death. Telling scary stories is something people have done for thousands of years. For most of us, like being scared in that way. Since there isn't any danger, we think it is fun. There are a great many scary stories to tell. There are ghost stories, there are tales of witches, devils, boogeymen, zombies, and vampires. There are tales of monstrous creatures and other dangers. There even are stories that make us laugh at all the scariness. Some of these tales are very old, and they are told around the world. And most have the same origins. They are based on things that people saw or heard or experienced or thought they did. Many years ago, a young prince became famous for a scary story he started to tell, but did not finish. His name was Mamilius. And he probably was 9 or 10 years old. William Shakespeare told about him in The Winter's Tale. It was on a dark winter's day that his mother, the queen, asked him for a story. "A sad tale's best for winter," he said. "I have one of sprites and goblins." "Do your best to frighten me with your sprites," she said. "You're powerful at it." I shall tell it softly," he said. "Yon crickets shall not hear it." And he began. There was a man dwelt by a churchyard. But that was as far as he got, for at that moment the king came in and arrested the queen and took her away. And soon after that Mamilius died. No one knows how he would have finished his story. If you started as he did, what would you tell? Most scary stories are, of course, meant to be told. They are more scary that way. But how you tell them is important. As Mamilius knew, the best way is to speak softly so that your listeners lean forward to catch your words, and to speak slowly so that your voice sounds scary. And the best time to tell these stories is at night, in the dark and the gloom. It is easy for someone listening to imagine all sorts of strange and scary things. And our first chapter is called Ah! And it says, this chapter is filled with jump stories you can use to make your friends jump with fright. This one is called The Big Toe. A boy was sitting at the edge of the garden when he saw a big toe. He tried to pick it up, but it was stuck to something. So he gave it a good hard jerk, and it came off in his hand. Then he heard something groan and scamper away. The boy took the toe into the kitchen and showed it to his mother. "It looks nice and plump," she said. "I'll put it in the soup, and we'll have it for supper." That night, his father carved the toe into 3 pieces, and they each had a piece. Then they did the dishes, and when it got dark, they went to bed. The boy fell asleep almost at once, but in the middle of the night, a sound awakened him. It was something out in the street. It was a voice, and it was calling to him. "Where is my toe?" it groaned. When the boy heard that, he got very scared, but he thought, "It doesn't know where I am. It will never find me." Then he heard the voice once more, only now it was closer. "Where is my toe?" it groaned. The boy pulled the blankets over his head and closed his eyes. "I'll go to sleep," he thought. "When I wake up, it'll be gone." But soon he heard the back door open, and again he heard the voice. "Where is my toe?" it groaned. Then the boy heard footsteps move through the kitchen, into the dining room, into the living room, into the front hall. Then slowly they climbed the stairs. Closer and closer they came. Soon they were in the upstairs hall. Now they were outside his door. "Where is my toe?" the voice groaned. His door opened. Shaking with fear, he listened as the footsteps slowly moved through the dark toward his bed. Then they stopped. "Where is my toe?" the voice groaned. "You've got it!" So next time we will read The Walk and possibly What Do You Come For? We'll probably read 2 next time, but thanks for watching. That was called The Big Toe. Tune in next time for The Walk. Bye!